Hey Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading for November 26th through December 2nd. We're going to jump right on in here. For those of you who don't know, this will be a general reading for the week ahead. Whatever comes up, comes up. I pull one card for love, and we'll have one card for love unless the other cards want to talk about love. We'll see what comes up. And then every month I do a bi-weekly, or twice a month, I do a love reading for each sign. So if you want a more detailed love reading, be sure to check out the Scorpio love reading for November, which is already up. And if you subscribe and hit notification, you'll get a notice when the December love readings go up in a couple of days. All right, your Monday, Tuesday. There's your Monday, Tuesday. Your Wednesday, Thursday. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then a card for love. Let's see what is going on for Scorpio. Alrighty. We have got, Angel of New Life. Yes, please. Angel of New Life. You're starting off the week with a lot of new energy. So there's going to be a lot of things that are coming in, ideas, thoughts, things that maybe scare you a little bit. I'm hearing some of you are receiving an unexpected opportunity by way of a phone call. I feel the phone is ringing for some of you, and you're answering it, and it's somebody inviting you to do something. I'm hearing collaboration. Somebody might be inviting you to some kind of a collaboration. So for those of you who've been just dreaming about leaving the day job and doing something for yourself, creative or business-wise, doing something outside of the typical 9 to 5, I feel many of you are receiving some kind of a opportunity to go in that direction. Now, please understand, my friends, I am not saying that you're going to get a phone call on Monday or Tuesday and then that Wednesday morning you're going to go in and quit your day job. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that exposure that you needed, or that opportunity that you needed to get the ball rolling so things finally start growing, it's coming into motion. Now, another thing to keep in mind with this card, this always makes me think of the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. Like she was inside this giant flower and she came out of it. And even though it might be really nice to have that breath of fresh air, like that butterfly coming out of the cocoon and getting that first big, breath of air, it may feel very good, but it also may feel cold. It may feel very uncomfortable. Sometimes we get very comfortable being cramped up in the dark. Sometimes it becomes a little cozy. And then when that changes, it could be like, oh my God, I'm out in the open. People are looking at me. There's a lot of space. There's a lot of room. There's a lot of air. So it could feel very vulnerable, like a baby being born. All a baby knows is it was doing its one thing, chilling, and then the next thing there's these bright lights and cold air and voices all around it, and it's like, what the heck is happening? So for a lot of you, it might be like that birth, that feeling of being born, where it's exciting, it's wonderful, it's great, but it could feel uncomfortable. You might be feeling a little vulnerable or a little bit naked, so to speak, but it's leading to growth in the direction that you've been manifesting or wanting. So your next card here for Wednesday, Thursday. Angel of Psychic Ability, Scorpio. So, Scorpios in general are known to be quite intuitive and quite psychic. Although I've had so many people say, I've read that my sign is the most psychic sign there is. And I've heard it from Pisces, but I've also heard it from a lot of other signs too. Different signs are psychic. There's going to be psychics from every single sign in the zodiac. But Scorpio is known to be one of the more intuitive signs. We're really good at seeing through things, and we're very intuitive, but that doesn't mean other signs are not also. But for a lot of you Scorpios, this week something is happening with your psychic ability developing or kicking up. That's not to say all of you are going to go and start doing tarot readings or energy healing. Some of you may. Some of you might be really gravitating towards that, and that might be really like speaking to your heart, and you might be feeling the call to do that. And so this week might be a week where a lot of things that are beginning to happen or fall into place to allow you to strengthen your gifts and abilities so that you can do this. But for other ones of you, it's just more like a little weapon in your arsenal. like you're connecting more with your guides, you're receiving information more easily, and it's making it easier for you to make decisions in your life for yourself, right? Like you're really connecting to your intuition, you're seeing the writing on the walls, you're knowing who's not being truthful with you, you know who's not being loyal, you know which boss is about to screw you over, you know if it's time to start looking for another job. Like you just start intuitively feeling what is the best course of action for you. One thing I have to say, two things that go hand in hand with psychic ability is healing and creativity. So a lot of you may also be going through some kind of healing. Maybe you're doing energy work or meditation for yourself, or maybe you're journaling and working by yourself to release old things. You know, at the end of the year, maybe you're looking to do some kind of release. And then I think for a lot of you, it's going to be something in terms of like creativity. You're being more expressive. You're just doing things that feel good to you, tinkering, hobbying, crafting, painting, sculpting, listening to music, dancing around in your room. You're just finding ways in which you're expressing yourself, and that's opening up channels for you as well, psychically speaking. It sounds like it should be a radio show or something. Psychically speaking. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Angel of Self-Worth. I love this card. I really do. And I've seen this card come up for a couple of different situations. Either it's somebody who's really being super harsh with themselves in their head, and they're saying terrible things to themselves about themselves that they wouldn't dream of saying to another person. They wouldn't dream of saying it to their worst enemy, let alone, like to a stranger, but they're saying it to themselves, right? So you have to think about, if my friend had this problem, not even your friend, if a stranger on the bus had this problem, like say you're struggling at work and you feel like you're not doing a good job and you're afraid of getting fired, right? Say that's your fear. And you're freaking out about it. So you keep telling yourself, you know what? Like, I'm an idiot. I can't do anything right. They don't like me. Everybody hates me. I'm so stupid. And you're talking to yourself in this way. They're just going to let me go. They're just going to let me go. That's not your intuition talking to you. That's your fear. Okay? That is straight up your fear talking to you. But think about it this way. If there was a stranger sitting next to you on a bus saying, I'm going to work right now and I'm really nervous. I'm really scared. I hope they don't fire me today. I really feel like they don't like me and I'm really afraid that I'm going to get fired and then I'm not going to be able to pay rent. I'm so scared. You wouldn't turn to this person and go, you know what, you're an idiot and nobody likes you and you can't do anything right, so they're probably going to fire you. You're lucky you've lasted this long. You can't keep a job. You can't do anything right. Would you talk that way to that person? Heck no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't even think that about that person. And so a lot of you have to start saying, like, how would I, if somebody else came to me with this problem, what would I say to them? If it was my best friend or my child or, somebody I care about or even a complete stranger, what would I say to them? It's not going to be what you're saying to yourself. I promise you that. So you need to start treating yourself with the same amount of respect, okay? Another way I see this card come up is when people are obsessing about a situation. You're putting all of your eggs in one basket and you're so afraid it's not going to work out and then that you're going to end up like not being able to succeed or get ahead. And this card is saying, my darling, please don't underestimate your skills and your abilities and the wonderful things that you're able to do. You're going to get through this and you can do anything that you want to do. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. There's so many options available to you. Don't obsess about that person or that relationship because there's so many other relationships available for you. Better ones at that. Or jobs or whatever it may be. You're underestimating yourself. Your love card is Angel of Communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. So some of you might be really limiting yourself, or you might be holding yourself back in relationships. And maybe there's been times where you've wanted more in a relationship, but you haven't spoken up because you haven't wanted to seem dramatic, or you haven't wanted to chase away the person. Or, you didn't want to be seen as like controlling or something. But this is saying maybe the reason why your relationships haven't worked out is because you've played it too cool. Or, people haven't been able to know what you have wanted, or it hasn't been clear and they haven't been able to get on the same page as you. So by speaking up, you could be bringing people closer to you as opposed to pushing them away. Okay, don't be afraid to be honest about what you feel. That's one thing about Scorpio. Scorpio can be very independent, and Scorpio is known for being clingy and jealous, and so Scorpio tries not to be that way. And so sometimes it could come off as being very aloof or not interested, or hey, look, I could replace you in a second if I wanted to. And that doesn't feel good to other people. Like nobody wants to be around for that. So this is like, don't be afraid to be vulnerable, Scorpio. Speak up and just say, you know what, like when you don't call me back, like that makes me feel like you don't care, or that makes me feel like you're not invested here, and I don't want to be left feeling by myself. I don't want to be like feeling ignored. Like that doesn't feel good to me. That makes me sad. Or whatever it might be. Don't be afraid to speak up and let somebody know, this is what I need from you. Those of you who are dating and who are looking for somebody, don't be afraid to speak up and to say, hey, you know what, like I'm not looking for anything too serious right now, or opposite, I'm looking for something serious right now. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Scorpio, don't forget to check out your moon sign and rising sign. Those may resonate with you more. Don't forget to subscribe and hit notification, and you'll get a notice when the love video is up for December, as well as the other videos I'm going to be putting out this week. And watch moon sign, rising sign. Let me know if you need a private reading. I've really enjoyed getting to know you guys. Those of you who I've read for privately, thank you for keeping in touch on social media. Till next week, my friends.